I'm going to sit back, drink my coffee, watch some cat videos, check up on my Facebook. Hey guys, Charlie the plumber here. Thought since it's been a bit, I figure I would do a life in the day of a plumber. So I have no idea what's going on this morning. Let's go. There's the shop. First thing you do. So here's the calendars. We're getting ready to head out of here. Just got a phone call that our local Lions Club here has a toilet that's gushing water all over. So we're going to swing down and take a look at that first, and then we're going to go up and fix a solder joint leak that we had on a hot water tank we put in about a year ago. Basically what we're finding is some of this new solder, the copper fittings and the lead-free solder, if you don't get a good joint, they will leak after a bit. So we're going to go up and do that. That'll be under warranty. So let's head out, go up and take care of that. Found the fittings we need, and away we go. So when this building was built, the building burnt down in 2001. The club members at the time rebuilt it. I was not a member at the time, my dad was, so we've got hot water going to the toilet because we've got some other areas that had a mixing valve in there, and we decided to pull out some of the stuff. So now we've got some warm water going through there. One of these days we'll figure out what the hell's going on and see if we can fix that. The women don't like it because it makes their butt feel like it's sweating. So we've got a vacuum breaker here leaking. That's a pretty good sized leak, so we'll get that fixed. So I'm not sure if you guys can see this or not, but I'm going to show you the Sloan valve, or the flush valve that's on here. It's on quite an angle, and that's because the nut that's on here when this thing was put back together or put together or took apart, put together, or brand new, that thing wasn't tight enough and it kind of wiggled its way over. So I'll show you that just so next time you're in a restaurant you can go, hey, CTP said that nut isn't tight enough, you need to fix that. Got a little leak here as well. So we got 3 vacuum breakers that are leaking on these toilets. So I'll get my girl to come over. She's putting in a kitchen sink right now. Once she gets done, she'll come over and fix these up. That way it'll be nice and dry for the next time the rental is available. So here's one thing you guys will like. So this is rented for weddings and whatever. Well, someone got drunk and they knocked a hole in the wall here. So when my dad was around, bless his soul because he has since passed, but he puts a board over it. That way you don't have to fix the drywall because this is a funky paint on here. So he puts a board over it. Employees must wash your hands. Not because we needed the sign, but because, hey, there's a hole back there. Someone kicked a hole in there and there. Okay guys, I had to come back and get a battery because I didn't want my camera to die. I hate doing this stuff and then get halfway through the day and go, oh crap, the battery died. So got the battery. Now we're going to go up and take a look at that leak on the hot water tank and see if we can get that fixed. Okay, well there's definitely the issue. Got no solder almost all the way around that thing. Surprised it didn't leak like crazy when it first was put in. You can see this one here It's got solder all the way around it, with the exception of a little spot right there. This one here is pretty much brown all the way around. So who are we going to blame on that one? Let's blame the girls. Got to give her a good sanding. The copper pipe and the flux and the new fittings are all still copper, but the solder is a lead-free solder. So when they pulled some of the tin out and some of the lead out of the fittings, doesn't seem like it wants to stick as well. This one here just didn't pull all the way around, maybe because there was no flux on there, or not enough flux, or there was water or something like that. So we're going to get her cleaned up, solder it up. Hopefully we'll be good. We'll just clean up this calcium so we don't get where it wants to eat through. Never a good thing. Got to use the twist and turn motion. Okay, it's clean now. Always give your flux a good stir, because when this stuff seems like, I always find that you'll get where this chemical inside here will separate. A good string of flux all the way around it. Get the coupling out. I always sand the inside of the coupling. My fat fingers fit right in there with the glove on, both sides. Just gets rid of any dirt that you may have. I always take the coupling and I give a little brush inside there. Now you don't want it gobbed in there, because what will happen is it'll come out in your drinking water. Hopefully that'll do her. I was headed up to a leak on a water softener, and I got a phone call from my secretary, and she said, hey, gas company shut off the gas at so-and-so's house. Can you get up there and take a look at it? Sierra is at the gas leak right now. There is a good sized leak on 1.25 inch 90. Unfortunately, she's about this big around, so she's not able to break the 90 loose. So the old timer's gonna go in there and see if we can give her a hand with it, get that broke loose. We're gonna change out that 90 and put stuff back together. Hopefully we got no leaks. So let's go fix some gas pipe. Guess that don't tighten. Grab that 18, I'll help you with it. Okay guys, so the reason that we're going to take that 90 off is because the other side was leaking. So while we're this close, we might as well retape it and redope it. Okay, I'm gonna crank this bitch down.
Do you want me to do it?
No, I don't want you to do it. Quit friggin'. Don't think you're gonna friggin' come in the next 6 weeks and baby my ass. Me and you will have a real issue. Okay, that 18's right there. So guys, just in case you're wondering, I do 7 turns around a nipple or a piece of pipe with Teflon, and then we go over the top of it with a pipe dope. This stuff here is a Mega Lock. I'm not a huge fan, it's pretty thin, but any type of Teflon with a pipe dope on top. There you go, I knew you could do it.
It's not together.
That's okay, it's close. You get one more oomph like that and they'll be together. Eric could do it.
And Eric's not here, is he?
Most stubborn person in the whole industry right here.
Wait.
That's right.
That's loosening it.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
Bet you $1. Oh, you're tightening that one. I thought you were tightening the union.
No. You still want to bet that $1?
Nope. Okay guys, so we got it all back together. We're going to throw the air test on it, pump her up to about 14 pounds. The only thing that's on this line is the furnace in the crawl space. This furnace here, one is disconnected, the other one is shut off. So we should get no pressure on the regulator, and we're going to pump it all the way back to the meter and see what we get. If we get where there's no leaks, homeowner can call the gas company back out to take the lock off, and then they can get some heat. Do I hear that? Do I hear air or no? So guys, we're not building any pressure. I've sent her back to get a different compressor and we're going to try that, so see what happens. Okay guys, so what we had going on, so we had a couple of issues. We had a shutoff up here in the ceiling that was an old style. It wasn't like this one here, and it was pushing past the shutoff into the crawl space. The shutoff inside the crawl space was fine, so we ended up having to shut the one in crawl space off along with this one here to make sure we could get a good pressure test. We also fixed a couple of leaks in the ceiling that had been there. Someone come in here 7 years ago, and what they did was there was a leak on the coupling, so whoever was in here actually loosened or tightened the coupling, but loosened it at the 90. So one thing led to another. We got about 3 hours here taking stuff apart and fixing it the way it should be. So we got that gas line all taken care of. Had the gas man come out. Them darn gas men, unfortunately what they're doing today is when you have a gas leak in your house, they basically will come out and put a lock on your meter. So now we as a contractor have to come out and we have to pressure test your gas lines. So when we pressure test your gas lines, obviously it takes us quite a bit more because we have to disconnect the meter and disconnect all the lines. So we were there probably about 4 hours to test that gas leak. Well, come to find out, the lady was telling us that what had happened was 7 years ago they had a company come out because they had a gas leak on a coupling, and when they had the gas leak on the coupling, the guy come out and he tightened the coupling. Well, when he tightened the coupling, he loosened it at the 90. And they had, don't get me wrong, it wasn't just that. They had a couple of shutoff valves that were leaking. They had an old shutoff valve going to a grill outside that they had a small leak at. Lots of things going on. Don't mess around with the gas. If you ever have an issue, always call the gas company because they will come out with their sniffer. Unfortunately, yes, they do shut your gas off and lock it, but they'll come out with their sniffer. They will check it for you and just ease your mind a little bit. So always call the gas company or your local plumber if you have a gas leak or you think you have a gas leak. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget Charley the Plumber. We go live 7 o'clock on Tuesday night Eastern Standard Time. Check out Small Town Laser Creations. Zach and Shelby are the people that actually take care and do all my editing for my channel. So without them, I wouldn't have a channel. Appreciate everyone watching. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.